Attention troopers, this is your Imperator Darvenstein. After building a battery farm in the previous video, I think it's time we start manufacturing golems. And to do that, we need to unlock several buildings first. The part factory is where beavers can produce golem parts. There's 3 different parts needed to make each golem, so we're gonna build 3 factories. The assembler is where our golems will be constructed, and also a couple of buildings for maintenance. I'll put these buildings down and let the beavers get to work. Now we need to tell each factory to produce which parts. This one will produce chassis. This one will make heads. And this one will provide the limbs. Notice that the limbs will take 4.5 hours to manufacture, while the other parts will take 18 hours, which is just the right ratio for the assembler to produce one golem. So in practice, the factories will produce enough parts for one golem in 36 hours, which will then be assembled for another 36 hours, and at that point, another set of golem parts will be ready to be assembled. It looks like they're assembling our first golem here. Apparently, it will start assembling golems with half the parts needed. And we finally assembled our first golem. Before it runs off somewhere. And if we hover our cursor here, we can see that we do have one golem in our settlement. And if we scroll all the way down, we can find our golem, Coghead 1. There it is, Coghead 1, with a giant cog on his head that may or may not resemble a mohawk. Biological beavers will still outperform golems because of all the buffs from well-being. But the other maintenance buildings will compensate for it. So we have one golem and it's currently unemployed. If we want to give it a job, we need to go to the workplace we want it to work at, then unlock the golem slot with some science. and you only need to unlock it once for each type of building. Let's unlock the hauling post for starters. As you can see, after you unlock the golem slot, Hoghead 1 will immediately become a hauler. However, it won't allow any biological beavers to work here anymore, and the light on the building will turn blue. The Golem hauler will work just like any other hauler, but it'll work day and night. It only stops to recharge its energy and gets back to work.
One eternity later.
After letting the game run for a little while, we now have 80 golems, and they're mostly working as lumberjacks, builders, and haulers. Manufacturing these golems isn't cheap, and as you can see, we're starting to run out of metals. These underground ruins can give us a steady supply of metals. Unlike regular ruins, the underground variants will never run out, so we need to build a mine over it and create a new district somewhere near. This district will be operated entirely by golems, so we don't need to supply it with water and food. We just need to extend the power grid for the charging stations. After we connect the new district with our capital, let's add a route for every construction material. Dynamite, gears, what else? Logs, metals, and planks. And also treated planks. And since the drop-off point can only hold 300, we'll limit each material to 50, so the suppliers will keep these materials stocked without overflowing it. Now that the district is well supplied and the power network is connected, let's start migrating some golems. And with golems coming in, they will start to build the charging station, and of course the underground mine. Iron Teeth Mine can produce metals more efficiently, but that requires some supplies to run. This is why we needed to build a supply chain from the capital, and at this point, we can increase the number of Golem in this district to work at the mine and a distribution post, which will send the metals mined here back to the capital to be smelted into metal blocks. And that's the purpose of this district, sending metals to the capital with only skeleton crew of golems operating the whole district. This is ideal since this area has no immediate access to water, and sending in biological beavers somewhere without access to water is probably not a good idea. This is Darren Stein signing off.